Hey guys, the time's here. Finally, we have some improvements to Spectator HUD, and it is one of the main improvement, which is the tank indicators and info on top of tanks are now visible. We can keep track of tanks, and they are. It's not that we only see for one tank; it's visible for all tanks at all times that are in the screen. And yeah, today we're streaming the game for SPQR Champions League, AWS versus Corruption, 7v7 MBA. The maps are fixed. We play 4 games, 2 on Fisherman's Bay and then 2 on Murovanka. If you guys are not aware of SPQR League, it's an EU tournament and they have 4 leagues, or maybe 5. They have 5 leagues: Champions League, League 1, 2, 3, and 3 is divided into 2 segments. So they had 50 teams registered for this event. It's a lot of teams. Uh, and it has been grouped according to different leagues based on win rate numbers. Yeah, I'm really excited about to fully to stream my game in a workable HUD. We're still missing the spotting indicator, where tank info used to turn yellow when they're spotted, as well as the reload bar, and hopefully we'll have that information soon as well. But it's way better than what we had when I streamed last time, where we couldn't see the tanks. And yeah, both these teams are in Champions League. It should be a close game because it's 7v7. That both these teams have enough practice with. Sometimes when we are streaming a different tournament, for example, 5v5 encounter, it is possible that one streamer hasn't practiced a lot in that mode and can get caught off guard. But I don't think that would be the case today. I expect a close game, maybe a 2-2 tie. But Corruption could maybe a little favorites here. They have been dominating recently. And let's start prediction. But actually, we cannot do prediction because there could be an event where it ends up in a draw. And if that happens, we will return the points. Let's leave the prediction out of this one, since there is a possibility of draw.
What's up?
Oh, and one more feature that has been recently added is the blind mode pick. So what happens now is, instead of using spectator mode and then unselecting or picking one at a time, they can turn on the blind mode and no one will know what tank the person has picked, but they will know that the tank has been picked. So, for example, it says no tank in front of everyone. That means none of the players have selected the tank yet, and this does avoid the issues where so when we use Spectator HUD and we unspec, and there's one guy who hasn't selected his tank, and that issue has been will be avoided with this mode, as well as no counter picking. The issue is that even your own teammates do not know which tank you have picked in case you have incorrectly picked the tank, but that's a minor issue, and maybe in the future they will resolve that as well. Or not an issue, but one of the scenarios that can cause issues. For example, let's say the tank limit is three of identical tanks, but we have 4 players with those same tanks, and you won't know who has picked what tank until we are in the game. Overall, I would say I do like this blind pick options. It's a good step um, for competitive games. We do have this random who's also ready. They have locked the room now. They should be able to kick him out. And the corruption is defending Fisherman's on this map while AWS are attacking. Okay, making sure the audio is working, and it is. We have 6 tanks from corruption so far. If I have to guess, we would see, Valors, maybe IS-7s on both sides. Probably a light tank or bat. That's my guess. Corruption's ready. We have Hipsten, Elstros. I haven't seen that name before. Willows, Nova Rapid, Dwarf on Drugs, Tanks, and Kaiser. We're on the AW side. We're still waiting for one more tank, but we have Little Pony, Rexio, Alonso, Simon, Pomelo, and Fabian, and then now we have the 7th one, Suzuki. And there it is. We can finally see the tank. Not just one tank where you have to struggle to aim towards it, but all these tanks. Let's go over the lineup. We have Suzuki in Valor, Alonso T100LT, Fabian in Batset with Rexio, Pomelo in CS, Simon and Little Pony in Valor as well. Over on the other side, we have Elturos, Nova Rapid and Chieftain, Tanks in Valor, Kaiser in I7, Willows Batchat, Dwarf on Drugs, and Hipsten in CS. We don't no longer have to just watch on see the minimap to keep track on what's going on. We can actually see the map. So the Chieftains along with CS are going for the mid trying to get some information. Corruption do not have a light tank, so probably CS and Batchat has to hold different sides and do their best. But on the other side, the light tank and two mediums are making a push on one line. It's a Batchat into the T100LT. However, Batchats are not spotted yet. We do not have the spotting indicator. Rexio is about to cross with the second bat. Dwarf on Drugs is by himself. The other CS ran, and if they can catch Dwarf out here, it will be a huge advantage for AWS. I think he's spotted. Rexio fired but missed. He might be able to get out of here. He's dodging shots. Instant one shot of damage, though probably from a light tank. That's my guess. T100LT was firing, and Dwarf was able to escape. Corruption Chieftain got caught out, and looks like he was out of position. Got spotted by light tank and was clipped. He's down to 500 HP. He needs to get in cover. Now, will he make it? That's we'll see. I think he's spotted. However, he's still in a little bit of non-cover position. Corruption has Sipstead on the left side. They're making sure that they don't do a push on the back side, which AWS might be thinking about since we have bats rotating back. Sorry, CS rotating back. Lights sitting at 8-2. Not the best map for MBA, I would say. Fisherman's Bay. I think it's a little bit favored towards attack. Corrupted finally managed to drop a flood, hit Suzuki. AWS, they have abandoned the A2 flank. With Batchat. Rexio trying to punish Chieftain. Elstros is too short. He should retreat further back. The push will come towards K line. That's what it feels like. And a little bit like T100LT will lead and spot anything, but he got outspotted by CS. Took one shot of damage. And they're still taking AWS, trying to find an opening. They're moving their heavies towards the G line so they can better support the push. And I think the key here would be when the lights and mediums are pushing the K line, the heavies in the mid can take out at least one tank. Still time, we still have more than 5 minutes. Valor took a shot. Rexio, the push is now coming. 3 medium. Hipster will go down here, and if they cannot take out a medium here, the mediums will have ash shots. Okay, this push They took. Did they took out? Okay, Hipstead goes down. The indicator's still lit up, so it's a bit difficult. They need to get in cover now, but they just have easy shots on the heavies here. Eltros goes down. He was one shot. Tanks goes down as well. AWS has the number advantage, about 2k HP difference. No more Valor's pushing no more rapid. He should go down here. Got Amarak. Got Amarak again. One more shot, maybe he could pop out his turret. Kaiser fighting against U100 LT, trying to take him out. It's looking tough for corruption here. Willows in back goes down, Eltros, and then it's 1v7 against Dwarf. So the scoreboard, we have Rexian back at with 3600 damage, 1800 spotting. Fabian back at 2500 damage. Simon and Valor 2400 damage and 2900 spotting. Alonso in light tank 2100 damage. Little Pony in Valor 1600 damage. Suzuki in Valor 1400 at Pomela and CS with 1200. Milo. We're on corruption side. Willows and Bats at 2200 damage. Dwarf in CS 2000 damage. Hipston in CS 1100. Nova Rapid and Chieftain 2 shots of damage. Tanks and Eltros 1 shot of damage. And Kaiser, unfortunately, I wasn't able to connect the shots. This round goes to AWS. And that's what I feel. I feel Fisherman's Bay because how close the two caps are, the defending team cannot really leave certain areas. They did have one tank, keeping an eye on the backside. However, when he gets pushed by 4 tanks, they lost the tank, and after that, it was over from there. It was a nice move by Corruption to just abandon A2 and rotate. All of them rotate towards the other side. Heavies push the mid, and the mediums push along the side. Yeah, I thought I had added the delay command, but it wasn't there. Both teams are ready. Quick to pick tanks here. Corruption are now attacking. We have Willows in 260, Elstros in Chieftain, Dwarf in CS, Tanks and Bats at Hibston in CS, Nova Rapid in Chieftain, and Kaiser in IS7. Over on AWS side, they opted for a light tank in defense as well, relying on vision, which does help them for with early rotations. Alonso in T100, LT Pomelo in CS, Rexio in Batchat, Fabian in Batchat, Simon Little Pony, and got Zonko in Valor. AWS is sending 3 tanks towards the 1-9 to stop any sort of initial push if Corruption are going for 1-9 play, but they're not. They're going towards the city. They're sending medium in the city and 2 heavies in the mid. We have 260 and I7 getting ready for an 8-line push, or will it be hold play? We're trying to get information since AWS do not have an I7 or E4. Corruption assume that the 8-line push would be safe. We have a medium rotating back towards J. Dwarf on drugs. I have a feeling he might got caught out here by a Batchat and CS, which he did. He took one shot, took another shot, lost his engine, probably repaired. He's out of repair kit now. He cannot escape. Batchat also punishing Valorant, and Dwarf took another shot from mid by Jadzonko. He's down to 1 shot. He should go down here. And he did. Not the ideal start for Corruption here, losing a tank while they were still getting set up. They are pushing the heavy towards the B line. They know that the B is not guarded. These mediums have to be quick to rotate back because they can just put cap pressure. It's a 3v3 here. However, Nova Rapid got set on fire. Unfortunate, he'll go down here. The cap pressure is on 45 seconds. Their 2 tank third will be on shortly, but I think AWS will have enough time to go to the cap and get a reset. 23 seconds. 19. Is the light tank, did he get disconnected or is he dead? No, light tank's dead. I did not realize they took out Alonso. Batchat coming from reset. It's 9 seconds. Batchat, I don't know if he will be able to reset. He might actually die. 4 seconds. Corruption can win. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. He got a reset 9. The cap was down to 1 second. He will be able to get another reset because Simon is now in position. 4 seconds, 3, 17. Yeah, I think it's over now. They were close, very close. A 1 second difference. If they had made a push a little bit sooner, maybe it would have been a different scenario. Little Pony going for tanks. He got a reset on Batchat. 1500 HP difference. Little Pony will go down here. If tanks can survive, but they did it. AWS has had numbers advantage. But I'm surprised. The timer was down to 1 second. That close. They needed 1 more second. And they could have won. I think if Nova Rapid didn't get set on fire in his chieftain, it would be different. Because that would have bought them like 5 more seconds or 6 more seconds. AWS is up by 2-0. A very aggressive play from AWS, though. They pushed the backside right from the beginning. And that's what a light tank. Actually, I'm not sure how he died. Because he wasn't pushing 1-2 line, or was he? I don't recall. But let's go over scoreboard. Hibson in CS, 2400 damage. Willows in object, 260, 2100 damage. L Strauss and Chieftain, 1800 damage. Kaiser and I7, 1800 damage. Tanks and Batchat with 1200. Nova Rapid and Chieftain with 1 shot of damage. And Dwarf, unfortunately, he got caught out while he was going to position so that the heavies do not get farmed on the back. Over on AWS side, we have Zonko in Valor, 4k damage. Little Pony in Valor, 3200 damage. Pomelo in CS, 3k damage. Simon in Valor, 2200 damage. Rexian Batch at 1700. Fabian Batch at 775. He was the one that got the reset when it was 1 second on the clock. And Alonso in light tank. I think it was the chieftains that must have killed the light tank when they were rotating towards the cap side. The next map is Murovanka, one of the original MBA maps. So it's safe to say corruption, the best case scenario is they can draw 2-2, but they cannot win anymore. Since we only play 2 maps and each team play each side on every map, so 4 games in total. In the first game, 2 games we saw corruption did not select a light tank, while AWS did. And with AWS attacking, I think it's safe to assume they will go for a light tank. They're playing fast-paced games where they're relying on their mediums to make aggressive plays and then rotate out, while their heavies are anchoring the mid spots. But they're also always in a position where they're covering their heavies as well. I was just making sure the audio is working, and I saw I got a little bit too excited towards the end of the last game. Corruption are ready. They've selected 6 tanks. And I think the last pick will be Willows. Waiting for one more tank from Corruption. And yeah, I did ask Pain God in the stream last week if we can, what's the status on getting the spotting indicator as well as reload bar. And I think they said the ticket's open, but will let us know about the status next week. I hope we get that fixed soon as well, because it doesn't seem like a big coding change. But we are ready for our final map. AWS is attacking. Where are they? We have Shitlock, Suzuki, Simon and Valor, Rexio, Little Pony in Bad Chat, Alonso in FB 4005. Now that's a different pick. We have Denzoko in EBR. Does have a better camo. I'm not sure if it will make a difference though when you're bushed up, because it has to be proxy spotted. Over on the corruption side, we have El Traso in Chieftain, Nova Rapid and Superconk, Willows in Machine, Kaiser in S7, Tanks in Batch at Dwarf, and Hipston in CS. Kaiser's holding the K7 spot. And you know, they're going for a flamboyant play here. AWS picking up an FB as well as a light EBR instead of a T100 LT. Corruption going for a straight up push. They don't know that AWS has two tanks on the left side. Corruption made an aggressive play, ignoring the A line. They didn't get spotted now. They're trying to retreat. They were able to spot all the tanks, but Little Pony and Rexy might be able to get a few shots. They're sending more reinforcement. They might be able to catch them off. Rexy got set on fire. Little Pony will also die here. Tanks might go down for this, but FV4005 is not in a position to help, because as soon as he poke, he will take shots or get clipped by these mediums. Rexio does go down. Little Pony. Chitbot put us 1500 shot in DS. Looks like a hash round high roll or maybe an HE. Regardless, but they now have, they need to, Hipsten needs to push and kill Batchat, and will also make sure they're in position where they don't get farmed. They are up by two tanks, however the mediums are, two of the mediums are one shot. Corruption are looking in a strong position. They're up by two tanks, as well as they don't have light tank, which AWS does. EBR not the best tank to do damage in a 7v7. And if Batjats would have stayed at C1, maybe they would have done better. Maybe able to take out a tank or so. Willow's down to 2 shot, down to 1 shot. Willow, I think, overextended a little bit. He might goes down here in Machine. He did put a few shots in Salmon. Hipsten being aggressive. Elstros is full health, but Hipsten might also go down here. He's down to 1 shot, and the other two mediums are also 1 shot. Corruption has to be a little bit careful here. They do have an HP advantage. I'm not sure who has HP advantage. Now AWS is winning. They're up by a tank, and they took out another tank. The medium that were 1 shot are now gone. AWS, they were, I thought they lost for sure, but they were able to bring the game back. Low Lake goes down. Simon's down to 1 shot. It can go either way, because Eltros has a lot of HP. So is Nova Rapid. I think Corruption is up on HP. Corruption's up on HP, while AWS are up on numbers. They have to be careful here that EBR, the one I was downplaying, is the one doing damage on Chieftain. Kaiser's coming from the back. They took out Chieftain. Kaiser will take out Valor, but he bounced. Might try to go for FP here. No Rapid and Kaiser both are very healthy. Supercon got tracked. He rammed Valor, could not finish him, but he did finish FP here. AWS still has a tank advantage, but Zuki going for Super Conk. Super Conk's down to 2 shot. Kaiser does finish off Hyman. And the Valor will go down. Now it's 2v1, but Valor's 1 shot. Valor goes down. Kaiser full health. Kaiser versus EBR Jadzonko. 1 shot for I7. However, he can use his vision. And then go for B cap, put cap pressure, make I7 rush to the field. And then put a shot here and there. It is possible. I think the game can go either side. Kaiser. It's not over yet, but a good comeback by Corruption. And then a counter comeback by... Sorry, a good comeback by AWS and then a counter comeback by Corruption. It's tough for EBR to pen an I7. Doesn't have the best pen though. I feel if he goes to B cap, make I7 overcommit, and after that he can just circle. Should be able to, turn around. But maybe that's what Kaiser was up to, so he's pushing A line. All these dead tanks are in a way and create confusion for Spectator. Hopefully they'll grade them out soon in our next update. He penned another shot on I7. Yeah, that was a difficult shot. It's funny how sometimes the players can prove Spectators wrong. As I was saying, EBR not cannot do much damage as a light tank, but he has done 2500 damage still alive. And Kaiser, I think he's still spotted, so he's shielding. EBR rotating towards the cap. Or maybe coming behind I7. Yes, we're very careful. On paper, he's a 2-shot for I7, but it can easily, I7 can high roll for 7 as well. Can come put a shot and then run away. He has to be, yes. Kaiser is hiding, covering himself from both sides, in between tanks, and I think, will he go for a cap? Or maybe he's going for, no. It's easier for me to say, but considering I have God Eye View, still maybe cap play would have been better. He fired a shot. I think he must have got spotted as well. "90 seconds on the clock." He needs to pen him once before he can make a last-minute play. As they're doing it best, he missed the shot. His shot hits the dirt. And EBR was able to, yeah, he took a shot. Now he's down to one shot, and I think, and he rammed the light tank. So Shadow should be able to finish the Zonko here, and he did. And that goes to corruption. So world scoreboard, Suzuki and Valor, 3k damage. Alonso and FP, 2600 damage. He did put a 1500 plus shot in the CS in the beginning, bringing him down to a one shot. Zedzonko and Eber, 2500 damage. I still think he should have gone for the cap in the field side, making a 7 overcommit since he was covered. He was surrounded by dead tanks and it was difficult for EBR to take him out in that position. Lolek in Valor, 2400 damage. Simon in Valor, 1800 damage. Luponi in Bats at 1561. Rexio got set on fire in the beginning. Unfortunately, no damage. Over on corruption side, we have Elstros and Chieftain, 2300 damage. Nova Rapid and Superconk, 2300 damage. Tanks in Bats at 2k. Bulls in Machine, 2k. Ibsen in CS, 2k. Kaiser in I7, 1600 damage. And Dwarf and Drugden on CS with 1130. Decent damage spread by corruption, averaging around 2k the most spot. Corruption's ready. Oh, they selected a tank. This is the last game for this match. Will we see another FV? Maybe a Death Star? Sturm Tiger maybe. Easily reset. Yeah. Corruption on the attacking. We have Elsteros tanks in Chieftain, Nova Rapid in Supercon, Kaiser in I7, Dwarf and Imstan in CS, and those in light tank. Over on AWS side, we have Alonso in Supercon, Fabian, Jedzonko, Lolek in Valor, Rexio and Little Pony in Batchat, and Salmon in CS. This is the first game where AWS hasn't picked up light tank, and they're just going field aggressively. Not doing the standard FP defense, resetting the cap. They do have Super Conk on the back, just to there is one tank close to a cap. CS trying to spot, he got spotted, took a shot, rammed into Rexio. We have Valor's coming from the mid. Doesn't look very safe. All the corruption is now rotating back towards the A cap. They realize that AWS is in the magical forest. Tanks took 2 shots. Dwarf took a shot. Looks like Elstros will go down here. There he's getting clipped by Bats, and down to 1 shot he goes down. Ibsen trying to escape. He got spotted. He goes on water focus fire. Instantaneously they took out 2 tanks. Now No Rapid got spotted by Super Kong. Willows lit up as well. Gosh, down to 1 shot. Safe to say AWS will take this game away. They have only taken 1 shot of damage, 2 shots of damage now, but there's a 7k HP difference. AWS forces are now coming towards the last few heavy tanks. No more rapid goes down, tanks goes down, and now it's down to Caster. People go down. I think it's safe to say AWS got this out. That was a quick game. They just surprised corruption, caught them out of position, and Focus Fire was spotted as well. How long did the game last? 2 minutes 14 seconds in Muro, and that wasn't even a cap YOLO. Usually that is when the Muro attack, the Muro games over quickly. One team just rushed the cap or the attacking team. On the score, but not much on the side of corruption here. We have tanks with 4 shots of damage. No Rapid with 2, and Himson and Wolves with 1. Ultra got caught out. War for Drugs was got caught out as well. And yeah, they lost 2 tanks right away. Over on AW side, great focus fire again. 8 out of 8 from Alonso in his Super Kong, 3700 damage. Rexio and his Batted, 3100 damage, 2 kills, 9 out of 10. Then Zonko in Valor, 6 out of 7 with the 2600 damage. Salmon in CS, 2k damage, 6 out of 7 as well. Little Pony in Batchat, 2k damage, 2 kills. Fabian with 2 shots of damage, and Lolek with 1. GG to both teams, and congrats to AWS for winning. Definitely very aggressive plays, not the usual play that we see. They played aggressive in all maps, did a lot of rotation even while they were defending. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. It was a little bit more easier to watch with the HUD. Hopefully we'll have more fixes soon. And I'll reboot the stream after this is over in like a second, so should refresh it. We'll play pubs, the usual average gameplay. But that's for the stream. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in a minute.